Now consider these tables. There are three tables: book information, sales and exam results. And the following questions are based on these tables. Now which SQL command allows you to find the highest price from the table book information? Now the command is like this: select maximum of price, that you have to use max, then from book information. This the option B is the correct answer. Next one is which SQL statement lets you find the sales amount for each store. Now the correct option is option C, that is select store ID, comma, sum of sales amount from sales group by store ID. Now which SQL statement lets you list all stores whose total sales amount is over 5,000? So you have to find out the total sales by the function sum sales amount, where sum sales amount is more than 5,000, that you have to select. So select store ID, comma, sum of sales amount from sales where sum of sales amount is greater than 5,000, group by store ID. So this is the option C. Now which SQL statement lets you find the total number of stores in the sales table? So you have to select count distinct store ID from sales. So distinct store ID will give you the unique store IDs, and it will count by using the count function. So select count distinct store ID from sales. Now which SQL statement allows you to find the total sales amount for store ID 25 and the total sales amount for store ID 45? So here you can see there are two options which will give you the correct result. First is option A, that is select store ID, comma, sum of sales amount from sales where store ID in 25, 45, group by store ID. This is the correct option. And also another option B is there, that is select store ID, comma, sum of sales amount from sales group by store ID having store ID in 25, 45. These two things will give you the required output. Now, what SQL statement do we use to find the average exam score for exam ID 1? So for that, the answer is option C. You have to select average of exam score from exam results group by exam ID having exam ID is equal to 1. Which SQL statement is used to find out how many students took each exam? So the answer is option A, that is select count of distinct student ID from exam results group by exam ID. Now, what SQL statement do we use to print out the record of all students whose last name starts with L? Now, the answer is option A, that is select star from exam results where name like L%. That is L% means percent will replace 0 or 1 or more characters. So it should start with L and the rest of the characters that can be anything. So you can use this one. So this is the correct option. Now what is the result of following SQL statement? That is select max of exam score from exam results group by exam ID having exam ID is equal to 1. That means whose ID is 1. From that you have to find out which has got the maximum score from the exam results table. You have to group by exam ID. Now this is the answer is 95, because whoever is having ID 1, they are having different marks, and among them 95 is the highest mark. Now consider this table club, and we have to consider this table to give the output of the following SQL statements. So this table club is having some columns like coach ID, coach name, age, sports, date of appointment, pay and sex. And there are 10 rows having different values. Now the first question is to select count distinct sports from club. So how many distinct sports are there in this table? So the output is 4. The answer is 4 because there are 4 kinds of sports. Now select minimum of age from club where sex is equal to F. So whoever females are there in this table, so from them you will check and the minimum age is 34. Now select average pay from club where sports is equal to karate. So whoever is having sports is equal to karate, their pay is 1000, 1200 and 1100. And we will add them and divide it by 3. So the answer is 1100. Now select sum of pay from club where date of appointment is greater than 31st January 98. So there are some 5 like coach IDs whose date of appointment is more than 31st January 98. So we will consider their pays, that is 2000 plus 800 plus 2200 plus 1100 plus 1700. All those will be added to give you the sum as 7800. Now consider this table and give the output of the following SQL statements. So this is a student table having different columns like student number, name, stipend, stream, average mark, grade and class. Now select minimum of average mark from student where average mark is less than 75. So here the answer is 64.4 and you can see the minimum average mark is 64.4. Now, the next one is select sum of the stipend from student where grade is equal to B. So those students who are having grade B, their stipend is like this 400 plus 350 plus 400. So it is coming like 1150. Now select average of stipend from student where class is equal to 12A. So there are 2 students having class 12A and their stipend is 450 and 500. So their average is 475. Now select count distinct from student. Now this statement will give you error because there is no column name specified with distinct. So you have to just write select count distinct. After that you can give any column name like number or name or anything or stream. Then it will count that many number of unique elements from this table. Since it is not mentioned, so this will give you error. Now in a database, there are 2 tables given below. Write SQL queries. There are 2 tables, employee table and job table. Employee table is having employee ID, name, sales and job ID. And job table is having job ID, job title and salary. Now first question is to display employee IDs, names of employees and job IDs with corresponding job titles. So here we have to fetch data from both the tables. So for that purpose we have to join the table. So here we are joining the tables by using a condition, that is equality condition. So select employee ID, comma name, comma job ID, comma job title from employee, comma job, where employee.job ID is equal to job.job ID. So this is how you can join these 2 tables, employee and job. 2 are having like same column, or you can say the column references the another column. Here job ID of table job, job ID of table employee reference the job ID of table job. So we can just make a equality condition over here so that these 2 tables will be joined and we can fetch data from this joint table. So the next question is to display names of employees, sales and corresponding job titles who have achieved sales more than 13 lakh. So select name, comma sales, comma job title from employee, comma job, where employee.job ID is equal to job.job ID. So this is the condition through which these two tables are joined. And another condition is employee.sales is more than 13 lakh. Now to display the names and corresponding job titles of those employees who have Singh in their names. So we have to select name and job title from employee, comma job, where employee.job ID is equal to job.job ID and employee.name like percent Singh percent. That means Singh should be there in between the name or at the end of the name or at the beginning of the name, doesn't matter. So percent will replace no character or single character or multiple character. So these are the two conditions. First condition is to join both the tables and second one is to check whether the name contains Singh or not. Like that it will fetch this data from this joint table. Now identify foreign key in the table employee. As you know, the job ID of employee table references to the job ID of job table. So job ID is the foreign key of employee table. Write SQL command to change the job ID of 104 of the employee with ID as E4 in the table employee. So you have to simply use update command. Update employee set job ID is equal to 104 where employee ID is equal to E4. Now consider the table EMPL. This table is actually given in the book in the chapter 14. So we have to consider this table to solve the questions from 13 to 18. So this here I have just given the schema of the table. EMPL contains EMP number, E name, employee name, job, then manager, then hire date, then salary, then commission and department number. Now show the average salary for all departments with more than 3 people for a job. That means if there are more than three people are there in a particular job, then we have to find out the average salary for those departments. So we have to select department number, then average of salary from employee from EMPL, where count distinct department number is greater than 3. So it will count in each department how many employees are there by this condition. Count of distinct department number is greater than 3. So whose count is more than 3, that means in that particular department where the number of employees are more than 3, for that it will display the department number and the average salary. Now display only the jobs with maximum salary greater than or equal to 3000. So we have to select job from EMPL, group by job, having maximum salary greater than or equal to 3000. So we can just do this thing without using group by clause also. That is select distinct job from EMPL where salary is greater than or equal to 3000. That means whose salary is more than 3000, it will just show those particular jobs from table EMPL. Now find the number of employee having manager as job. That means the job title should be manager. So select count of job title from job where job title is equal to manager. So whose title is manager, it will count those number of job titles and it will give you the output accordingly. Now list the count of employees grouped by department number. Now select count of employee number from EMPL group by department number. It will just group the data according to the department number and it will count how many employees are there in each department. Now list the sum of employee salaries grouped by department. So select sum of salaries from EMPL group by department number. So the data will be grouped according to the department number and it will find out the sum of the salaries of the employees of each department. Now list the maximum salary of employee grouped by their department number. So simply you have to write select max of salary from EMPL group by department number. That means in each group which employee is having the maximum salary, it will just show you that maximum salary value. Now consider the schema of the following tables: customers, orders and parts. Customers, the table which is containing customer ID, customer name, phone number and state. Then orders contains order ID and the customer ID who placed the order, then order date. Then parts contains part ID, then the order ID, that means the order for this particular part, then part name and price of the part. Now list the total of customers' orders grouped by customer ID. So you have to group through customers ID. So select count order ID from orders group by customer ID. So from orders table, whatever orders are there, that will be grouped according to the customer ID. And if you just count the particular orders which are grouped by customer ID, then you can get the total of customers' orders. Now list all customers' names who have orders. You have to use exists clause over here. So basically exist is used along with subqueries. So what is subquery? Subquery is a query within another query, or you can say the nested query. So exists basically used to check the result of the nested query or the subquery, whether the output of the subquery is empty or not. Then accordingly it will evaluate to true or false. So here you can see the query is like this: select customer name from customers where exists. Then the subquery is like this. You have to put it within bracket the subquery. Select star from orders where customers.cid is equal to orders.cid. That means if there is any particular customer ID is present in the orders table or not. If it is present in the orders table, that means that particular customer has placed some order. Otherwise, there is no order placed by this particular customer. So, first the nested query or the inner query will be evaluated, and the output of the inner query will be taken as the input for the outer query. Now here the outer query is select customer name from customers where exists. Now exists will be evaluated to true or false depending on the output of the or the result of the inner query. That means if any customer has placed an order, then here it will return you true. Then it will print that particular customer name. Otherwise, if there is no such customer who has placed any order, then this will evaluate to false. Then it will not print that particular customer name. So this is how exists can be used. Now list the sum of total orders grouped by customer and state. So you have to select sum of order ID from orders and customers where customer.customer ID is equal to orders.customer ID grouped by customer ID and state. Why? Because we have to join here two tables, customer and order, because we have to check the customer, the total of the orders grouped placed by the customers, and it has to be grouped according to the customer and state. So these two tables have to be joined to fetch this data, that is customer and orders. So we have to use this where customer.cid is equal to orders.cid. This is the joining condition by which these two tables are joined. And according to the condition that is given in the question, you have to group by customer ID and state. These two column names you have to pass in the group by clause. Then it has to print the sum of total of orders. So select sum of order ID from orders, and customers also is there because they are joining these two tables. Now list the sum of the total orders where their sum is greater than $1,000 grouped by customer ID and state, ordered by date. So here you can see you have to fetch data from all the three tables. So all the three tables are involved here. So we have to join these three tables. So how to join? You have to give the equality conditions. That means which there must be some columns which are referring to the other column of the other table. So we have to find out that column, and basing on that we have to give the join condition. Now here the common column between customers and orders is customer ID, and orders and parts, that is order ID. So those are related by foreign key. So select sum of o.order underscore ID. So here we have given one alias name also for the tables that you can give while joining multiple tables. So we have given one alias name C for the table customers and O for the table orders and P for the table parts. So select O.order ID, that means it will select order ID from the table orders. O is the alias name for the table orders. Then from customers, orders and parts, that means the data will be fetched from these three tables. You are joining these three tables, so you have to mention all the three table names. Now we have to give the joining condition, that is where C.CID is equal to O.CID and O.OID is equal to P.OID. That means customer ID from customer table is equal to customer ID of order table, and order ID from order table is equal to order ID of parts table. Then you have to use group by. Group by, here you have to pass two things, customer ID and state. And these two things are present in the table customer ID. So you have to write C underscore ID or customer ID, comma C dot state. Having sum of O.OID greater than 1000. One more condition is there, that their sum is greater than 1000. So you have to give that condition with having clause. Now again it has to be ordered by date. So you have to write order by O underscore date. So O is the alias name for the table orders. So you can see here we have joined three tables by giving conditions in where clause, and also we have used alias names for the tables so that the table can be referred by these small alias names in the query. Now list the customer names and their order details. Now to get all this information, you have to join all these three tables. Why? Because you will get customer names from customer table and the order details like order ID and order date that you'll get from orders table, and which part he has ordered, and the information about that you can get it from parts table. So you have to join all these three tables. So select C dot customer name. That means here you can see we have also given the alias names like this, like we have done before. So C is the name given to the table customers, O is the name given to the table orders, and P is the name given to the table parts. You can see. So C dot customer name, comma O dot order ID, comma O dot order date, comma P dot P name from customers C, comma orders O, comma parts P, where C.CID is equal to O.CID. That means customer ID from customer table is equal to customer ID of orders table, and O.OID is equal to P.OID. That means OID of orders table is equal to OID of parts table. So these are the two conditions which are used to join all these three tables. Now, list the customer names and total amount of all their orders. So here also you have to join all these three tables. So you can just write whatever you have to display, that you can write in the select statement. You have to display the name and the total amount of all their orders. So select C.C name, comma sum of P.price Total amount you can get it from parts table. So P dot price that you have to put within sum function from customer C, comma orders O, comma parts P, where C dot CID is equal to O dot CID and O dot OID is equal to P dot OID. Group by C dot CID. Okay, that means you have to group it according to the customers so that you can check, like suppose one customer has placed for three different parts, then what is the total amount for all these three parts for this particular customer, that you can get it through this query. That means for all the customers it will show. Now consider the tables EMPL, salary grade and department. So these three tables, actually EMPL is already there in this book. You can see the schema is like this. EMPL contains EMP number, E name, job, manager, hire date, salary, commission and department number. And there are two more tables whose schema is like this. Salary grade is equal to low salary, high salary and grade. That means these are the three columns which are present in this table. And department table is having three columns: department number, department name and location. Now list the department names and number of their employees. So here you have to join these two tables, employee and department. So you can just write, select D dot department name, comma, count of E dot employee number from EMPL E and department D. E is the alias name given to the table EMPL and D is the alias name given to the table DPT. And where the joining condition is like this: E dot department number is equal to D dot department number. Now group by E dot department number. It will be grouped according to the departments. So this will show you the department names and number of employees in that particular department. Now list the employee names and the name of their departments. So here also you have to join these two tables, employee and department. So select E dot E name, comma D dot department name from employee E and department D, where E dot department number is equal to D dot department number. Now here ends the solutions of chapter 14, that is more in SQL. And if there is any doubt or query, you can just put it in comment section. And stay tuned for more solutions and do subscribe. Thank you.